Necronomics, the Killing Laws. During the darkest days of the American Civil War, Abraham Lincoln was criticized for telling jokes. Honest Abe responded that if he could not laugh in troubled times, that he would go crazy. If we did not laugh about this darkening economy, we will go crazy. Why is economics the dismal science? Because economists are uncertain, untrustworthy undertakers. And that's an understatement. Certainly, economists are as uncertain as psychiatrists at a murder trial. On the one hand, the prosecution seeks clear-minded guilt by employing the sanity psychiatrist. Oppositely, the defense seeks innocence by teasing the jury with the insane shrinks. How do psychiatrists defend their crazy, uncertain disagreements? Different shrinks for different things. Likewise, stock market economists have the NASDAQ zigzagging. More like Alaska than Nebraska. How do stock market bulls and bears defend their disagreeing uncertainty? Different streaks for different freaks. Which economist fosters the most uncertainty? The Federal Reserve Chairman, Alan Greed, man. On the one hand, when Chairman Al exuberantly cheers financial bubbles, some people have heart attacks. Oppositely, when Chainsaw Al morosely cuts interest rates, other people fall over dead. Different strokes for different folks. The English playwright George Bernard Shaw certified the uncertainty of economics with a conclusion. If all the economists in the world were laid end to end, they would not reach a conclusion. We all know how to tell when a politician is lying. His lips are moving. How can you tell when a politician is going to steal your taxes? You can't tell. How do the habitual politicians defend unfair taxation that puts most people in the red and a few in the black? Different sacks for different friends. How can you tell when an economist is being uncertain? His heart is beating. Paraphrasing that great Toastmaster, General William Sherman, the only good economist is a retired economist. Why are economists untrustworthy? An economist's income depends on using his brain to find facts to fit his boss's hidden agenda. Because economists prostitute their brains to the highest bidder, they are intellectual streetwalkers. Which streetwalkers are more trustworthy? The ladies who realize boyhood dreams, or the economists who ravage the American dream? As the economy falls flat, economists inflate facts, figures, and statistics. With the economy flat on its back, these intellectual strumpets are faking the oohs, ohs, ay ay ay, ooh, ooh, ooh. The record home sales of October 2002 were a joke. Many home buyers were also the home sellers who were refinancing. Is it good news when there is a record number of mortgage defaults being picked up by tax-favored vulture realtors? As the NASDAQ was a massive transfer of wealth from workers to stock players, so was the refinancing bubble a massive transfer of wealth from retiree savings to baby boomers living beyond their means. The same economic mechanics responsible for the savings and loans crisis of the 1980s has been set in motion for the whole financial system. High productivity gains of 5.1% were reported in the third quarter 2002, about the same time as a 9-year record in unemployment. Are productivity figures honest for the month after you fire your employees and sell the goods they produce? Classical mixing apples and oranges. For economists to say there is little or no inflation, they must not live in the same world as my friends and myself, where prices rise in double digits for insurance, college, food, etc. In January 2002, economists reported a large drop in unemployment. This was done by reclassifying 1 million unemployed workers as discouraged workers, which mean they are no longer counted as unemployed. By simply renaming it, we could have a cure to cancer overnight if Bush economists were oncologists. All the lies in this place could not happen as much nor as often if there were not so many liars in the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. For September 2001, the BLS reported 199,000 more unemployed, but yet no change in the national unemployment rate. A review of individual state rates showed 42 out of 50 states reported unemployment increases. Classical case of figures don't lie, but liars use figures. Why do economists today lie so much? Why? Because of allegiance to and oaths to gut reactions. We truly don't know the true state of our nation, for all the fact-finders have become yes-men and cheerleaders. Leadership or leadership? In their own defense, economists say, we be super being counters, grounded in statistics. Well, a century ago, Mark Twain said, there are lies, darn lies, and statistics. But today, he would say, there are liars, politicians, and economists. Certainly, economists are statistical con artists with a conflict of interest without convictions. Our world would be a better place if economists had convictions and incarcerations. Am I being hard on economists? Were angel wings the most common college training among the top executives at Henderson, Enron, Global Crossing, WorldCom? Angel wings? No. Economic degrees were the most common training. Consider long-term capital management, which overnight almost crashed the world's financial system. What was most ominous about LTCM? Funding by global banks? It was started by 2 Nobel laureates in economics. In general, every Nobel Prize in economics has been for intellectual work that enlarged and empowered global corporations to enslave the average man. As always in the undemocratic world of economics, despotism in decision-making reinforces the golden rule. Those with the gold make the rules. If you trust economists, you can trust used car salesmen. I apologize. That's an insult to used car salesmen. It's the same as insulting white trash by calling Bill Clinton white trash. Why are economists undertakers? Or worse. Literally, economist means environmental knower, that is, ecos nomos. Economists know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. As the emperor had no clothes, economists have no clues. Are economists ecos nomos or ecos? Each new generation of paper pushers proclaim a new economy, with new paper that looks oddly familiar. Wall Street offers more wallpaper to capitalize more jobs for some workers. We drown in rising floods of paper that sink our economic ship of state. Elderly passengers suffer stormier seas of retirement in crowded, sinking lifeboats. And what is the theme from the politicians who profited from the new economy? Sink or swim. And what do economists proclaim as salvation in the new economy? More liquidity. Today, old ships of despair sail into more lives. Today, old ships of despair sail America's middle class of all races sails on a new middle passage under stateless globalism. No captains of economic knowledge docks at the safe haven of honest work and honest pay. If you review the recent years of investment advice, you will see a shifting, circular pattern: stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, etc. The circle is not a pretty green maze of wealth. Small investors are dogs chasing their tails, spinning the wheels of fortunes in circles. Finding big money was not only first, but the misleading magnet of false promises. Some say the Nasdaq was a lie. I disagree. The Nasdaq was encyclopedias of economic streetwalking for habitual politicians and their cronies. And where do the volumes of voodoo prostitution lie buried? Presidential libraries. Daddy and Baby Bush, Reagan, Carter,